So we're in an attic and we just did a full search to find Mom, and she's in the corner here. We didn't know if there were babies or not because the customer hadn't been hearing crying noises, and we came to this corner and we saw a raccoon, an adult raccoon, and she was just putting her head down in the corner, which is kind of unusual unless sometimes they hide from us. But as we got closer, I guess she disturbed the babies a bit and we started hearing crying. And as I got even closer, it looks like she's either actively giving birth or just gave birth. You can just tell by, there's a little bit of blood and just from giving birth on the insulation there. So since she just gave birth, we are not going to take her babies from her and start the removal process. We went down and talked to our customer, who is also a new mom, so she understands just giving birth. She doesn't want to remove them, especially with it being April. We don't want to take babies away from a new mom and put them on the roof and just put her under stress after she just went through that. So she is okay with us setting up a camera in here, the Reolink camera, which is really cool. We've never had the experience of doing this. We'll set the camera up, be able to see, maybe she's not done giving birth. We'll get to see the rest of that, and we'll get to see her nursing her babies and bonding with them. And we'll be able to monitor and return to continue the job once they're a bit older. But it just didn't seem like it was humane to take babies away from a new mom right after they give them birth. So that's why, either way, we would have hoped to leave them here. We just had to double check with the customers, their house. So we're going to set up this camera now, and we'll be able to watch everything that happens once we leave on this. And I believe we're going to put a camera on the roof as well, so we can see when she goes out to forage after she's done lying with her babies and nursing them. Okay, so I don't want to disturb her too much because I don't want her to move once we leave, but I want to get this camera in here. Maybe. Yeah. It's okay, Mom. I promise. I'll be gone in a second. It's okay. No, stay. Stay. Okay, we're headed out. The camera is set up. I was moving really slow because I do not want to scare her. I want her to stay there so we can see what happens on camera. This is a really cool opportunity because we've never seen inside an attic with a mom in her den. So we'll head outside and do all the outside work and be able to set up for the next day, but we're going to leave them for now and we'll see what happens. I can take honey. We'll be able to see everything that happens. She's not going to move from her spot, really. Like, she's going to stay right where she is right now with that baby. Or
he's worried about damage to the house already.
Oh, okay. There's not going to be any damage up there from what she's doing right now. The most damage she's done is on the roof to get in, and we're going to solve all that. Yeah, so tonight we'll be able to see what happens on that camera. She'll be done giving birth by then.
How many are there?
I couldn't even see because she was pulling them into her to nurse, the ones that she's given birth to.
In my 40 years of doing this job, I've never come across a mother raccoon that had given birth so recently as this one. We don't think she was actively giving birth, but just laying with the babies shortly after, maybe last night, giving birth. We could see a little bit of blood from the sac, the embryonic sac that the baby's born in. She has to eat that or tear it open to let the baby come out, and that's where the blood originated from. As soon as we saw that, we knew we had to back off. We needed to let her do what she does naturally, and surprisingly, she was willing to sacrifice her own life for her babies. Normally we see a mother get up off the babies and walk away when they're older, but this mother decided she was going to put her head down and just stay on top of them regardless of us being in the attic with her. So we did what we needed to do to get a camera set up, and we got out, and we're literally going to leave it for maybe 4 or 5 days, maybe longer, as long as the customer is willing to let us leave the camera in place. And then at some point we'll come back get the babies in our heated box on the roof and just proceed as normal for the removal process.
So how did you first realize there was something in your attic?
It was middle of the night. We heard some pitter-patter and noises in our bathroom, like our master bathroom. So our room is here, our master room is here, and our bathroom is here, and we could hear something going on. Now my son's room is next door to the bathroom, so I'm positive that he heard something too, because the next day he was pointing to the ceiling. So so we heard in the middle of the night, and then my husband's like, that seems really close. And I'm like, yeah, I think there's something up there. And of course, neither of us are going to go into the attic, of course, like not in the middle of the night on top of that. And so we just kind of went with it. We closed the bathroom door because for some reason, one of us feared that whatever was up there had the power and ability to, in one night, less than 7 hours, bite through whatever foundation was between attic and our bedroom, but that didn't happen. We were fine. But it was just it was probably between 1 and 3 a.m. and then silence, complete and utter silence. I called around and I actually got a referral from my neighbor who has used you in the past and said you were phenomenal and totally humane and literally said one of the best in the market. So then I picked up the phone and called you and immediately said, when can you come? The great thing about Gates, even in the initial conversation, I spoke to Andrea and she said that you're a very humane company. She emphasized the fact that if there was nothing up there, there would be no obligation to go with you. Right off the bat, it was a good interaction and we had a good feeling, very personable, very family.
What was going through your mind when we let you know that the mother raccoon just gave birth and letting us leave them there for 5 days?
I think it was me that actually said, it's okay, just come down. Because I think you had mentioned she's in active labor. And for me, I'm a newer mom, my son's 2. It didn't feel awful, if that's the right way to say it. So I know some people would say, hey, get them out. Yeah, get them out. Absolutely. Go with it. But the most important thing to me was that I didn't want to kill the whole family.
What would you say to someone who's worried about wildlife getting into their attic and just the approach that we took with dealing with it?
Know that there is help out there. There are people and companies that are well versed in what to do. Hire the right company, because I have heard horror stories about the mommy raccoon being taken out completely or the babies being taken out and then mommy comes back and tears the roof apart. And so look into what you did. The process that Gates followed was amazing. And don't be afraid. Know there's help out there. Yeah, your house it's your family home, the roof over your head. The pests are not welcome. I'm 100% there that, they are not welcome to live in your attic or in your house. Just go with your heart and know that the company is looking out for you as a customer, but also ensuring that we're not harming our surrounding animals and stuff, because they are a vital part of our community.
This job was extremely cool to witness just because we had never had the opportunity to set up a camera and then leave it for about 5 days. Usually what we're doing is doing the removal on the first day that we arrive, and then we don't have the opportunity to actually see a mom going into an entry hole like this, which she was really struggling there. So this is day 3. She's coming out. And on day 2, you actually saw, she only went out for about 20 minutes. She just knew she needed food. She'd been with her babies for a couple days. So day 3, she's headed out. She does struggle a little bit to get out of the hole, which is pretty cool to see. She stayed out for about an hour and 30 minutes, and she's back at 9:56 p.m. to go see her babies. They're still really young. They're about 3 days old here, so she's headed in to check on them. And here she goes, struggling a bit. It's cool that their legs just stick right up, trying to get in the small hole of the plumbing pipe. And there she is. So day 4, she's out at 6:52 p.m., which is the earliest we had seen her since she gave birth. Usually she waited till dark, probably just to stay with the babies longer, and raccoons are nocturnal, so they forage at night and sleep during the day. So all day long she would have been with her babies, and now that it's approaching nighttime, she's headed out. But maybe not. And she struggles a bit. She made this hole on the night before we got to the house. So she broke in, gave birth right away. So she was in a rush breaking in. Maybe didn't make the hole big enough for her the first time. So over the course of these days, we did see her kind of chewing the wood there, pulling away the plastic. See, she does it there. She's just realizing that the hole might be a little too small for her, which is kind of surprising because she did get in when she was pregnant with babies. But maybe their bellies aren't as big when they're pregnant to prevent her from getting in, because she obviously did squeeze through the first day. So now finally, after all this back and forth, she has decided to go forage. It's 7:37 p.m. and she thinks it's time now. So the longest forage we had seen since she gave birth, 3 whole hours. She was out. They go around the neighborhood looking for food. She might be setting up alternate den sites because that is something they do. If a predator were to come along at this spot, she would need a backup spot to go. So she may have been doing that. And she's headed back in to lie with her babies. Day 5. So 8 p.m. now she is coming out when it's a little bit later, which is cool. She wouldn't have done that on the first couple days, but now she's getting back to her normal routine after giving birth. The babies are full. She probably just fed them before heading out, and she's off to forage. Her tail is beautiful. She has perfect fur, big long tail. Oh, she may have heard a baby cry. So our camera inside actually did die after the first day just because it was constantly picking up footage. She was moving all day long, so because we didn't have the opportunity for it to be outside and attach one of our solar panels, it died unfortunately. So we don't know what's going on the inside while this is happening, but at least we can see her come in and out and see her routine through this Reolink camera. So she's headed out, 8:24. She did wait till it was a bit dark. It's anybody's guess to whether that was because a baby was crying inside or because she just wanted it to be dark and feel a little bit safer. And off she goes. Three whole hours to forage again, which is great. But she has little ones to check on, so she had to come back around 11:22 p.m. So day 6, she was in and out for a couple hours before this point. That's why 1:56 a.m. is a little late for her to be heading out, but the camera just captured her coming in, sitting on the roof, going back in. Maybe the babies were crying, maybe she thought they were hungry or felt unsafe, but she did go out for 3 hours, so she is now back the latest yet since giving birth, which is 4:11 a.m. It's going to be getting light soon, so she knew she had to get back and go lie with her babies. And in she goes. Today is Monday and we're back after the weekend of leaving the mom and her babies in the attic.